Hey everyone, today I want to share some tips to enhance your film watching experience and expand your choices with no extra cost. I will focus extra on Asian cinema today because that is my main area of interest. So let's get straight to it. First up is Just Watch. This is a really useful website to see what films are playing on which service, and I use it almost daily to see what's new. I'm currently using the UK version, but if you scroll down to the bottom, you can select your region down here. So I spend most of my time in the new area, and as you can see at the top we have a bar, and this is all the services available. So there's quite a few on here, and you can customize this to your liking. So say for example you don't have Disney Plus, you can hide it from view, which makes using the website much easier to navigate. So if we scroll down here, we have a timeline. So today you can see Curse of Frankenstein was added to Prime Video. These titles were added to Netflix, so on, so forth. Basically, you can just scroll across and see what's new on the services you pay for. So Just Watch has two main uses. Firstly, it helps you avoid mindlessly scrolling through services to try and find a particular film. And second, it helps avoid renting a film if you can already watch it on a service you pay for. So for example, I want to watch Mother tonight. So as I can see here, it is available on ITVX, which is a free service in the UK. However, I may be on Prime or Apple or Sky and accidentally rent it before realizing it's on ITVX. So it's really useful to check. So Just Watch is great, but it's even better if you combine it with a VPN. This video is not sponsored, but I do highly recommend getting one if you love watching films, as it really massively expands your choices. Take for example the film Aftersun. So in the UK here, it's available to watch on Mubi, which is a £10 per month subscription, and it's also available down here on these services. However, if I hop on over to the South Korean version of Just Watch, I can see it's available on Netflix, and I already have a UK Netflix subscription, so I can just log on to the South Korean version and watch it there for no extra charge. As someone living in the UK, these are the websites I recommend you check out with your VPN in the US. Tubi, Vudu, Roku, Peacock, Plex, and Pluto TV. I won't lie, there's a lot of rubbish on here, but there's also a lot of good stuff. Tubi in particular I will talk about later. So if we look on the US version of Just Watch for a moment, if we scroll down, we can see Plex added 111 titles recently. Peacock added 4. Keep going, Vudu added just 5. And hopefully we can find Tubi. Here, Tubi, 23 titles. So you can have a quick look through here. And there's some decent looking stuff, you know, some new stuff, old stuff. Vudu, 106. So some of these websites you have to pay for. So Vudu has a free and a paid tier, I believe. Same with Peacock and Roku. I think Plex is, Plex is also a bit of both. Tubi, I believe, is completely free, and that's my favorite one. As I said, using a VPN is invaluable. Using the same subscriptions in different regions opens up your options tenfold. I was really late to the game doing this, and I wish I did it years ago. So I have an example here. We're looking at the Arrow player, and I've just searched one of my favorite directors, Shinya Tsukamoto, and you can see there are 6 films. If I have my VPN on and I go to the US Arrow player, I have 2 more. And this does not cost me any extra to watch these films. In fact, I watched Vital and Snake of June with this method, as otherwise they were unavailable to me in the UK. What I usually like to do is visit places such as Netflix or Prime Video in their respective region and search for Japanese, South Korean or Hong Kong films and see what I can find. The main problem you may run into is subtitles, as the majority will not have native English subtitles, but I do have a potential workaround for that. However, so far, every film that I've watched on the Hong Kong version of Netflix has had native subtitles, and it's been perfect. On the left, I have Hong Kong Netflix, and on the right, UK Netflix. And as you can see, on the right, I do not have many options, to be honest. Whereas on the left, I can keep scrolling and never run out of films to watch. There is a few things mixed in here that are not Hong Kong cinema. A Taxi Driver is a South Korean film, for example, but there are some absolute classics on here. Loads of Stephen Chow films, Chow Yun-fat films. It's just really worth checking out. So if you want to watch a film that does not have native subtitles, then we can use a browser extension called Subtitle. You install the plugin and go to a video service. So we're on Netflix Korea and I want to watch The Admiral. As you can see, it does not have built-in subtitles here. So we click the button at the top, it will detect videos on the page and it's found The Admiral. So we can click the film. Now we contact the subtitles provider. So up here I can search the film, or down here I can add my own. So if you just do a quick Google search of the film title with English subtitles at the end, or type in ENGSRT, and you should be able to find some results. So we're going to watch The Admiral, type it in at the top, and now I have options for subtitles. So I'm going to click one, and there, ready to play. So once you add the subtitles, you can click down here and change the font size, the color, transparency, and synchronization. So it's very customizable. In general, I found it a lot easier to watch Japanese films with this plugin because I at least have a basic knowledge of the language, so I can kind of tell on occasion if they make sense. This is a bit of a risk because you may get subtitles that are just completely nonsense, so this normally is my kind of last resort to try and watch a film. So there are 3 main websites I recommend you check out for watching Asian films, in my case with a VPN. First of all, we have On Demand Korea. This is a really good website. A lot of paid stuff as well as free stuff. You can see premium is required to watch this film. So if we quickly go down and, I don't know, click New World, for example. I am over 18 and I'll just pause it as it begins. So this film does have English subtitles, which is pretty good. If it didn't, I could always use the trick we had earlier with using the plugin. So yeah, this is pretty good. It has a lot of films on here. You will need to disable your ad block, I believe. Otherwise the video will not even start. The second website is Tubi. This is my personal favorite. There's a lot of Korean, Japanese, Chinese films, etc. And I use this quite often to watch films. You can see just scrolling through quite a lot. New stuff, old stuff. And I believe every film on this website will have subtitles. So let's quickly play Spirit Walker and have a look. English captions, perfect. And you can click here and slightly customize them. The final website is Asian Crush. This also has some titles locked behind a subscription. But overall, there's a lot of good stuff here. I find that most of the films overlap between these 3 services. But it's worth checking them all out because a lot of these films are free to watch. And like I say, without the VPN, I cannot watch 90% of these films in England right now. And one of the final websites I recommend is Letterboxd. This is one of my favorite websites to use for films. I use it to keep a diary of what I'm watching, what I want to watch, check out community reviews, lists, chat to people. It's a really fun kind of social network for film lovers. And what I want to do now is highlight 2 lists on this website. So we have here YouTube and archive.org. So this is a community made list and these films are available on YouTube to watch with English subtitles. And it says click the notes button for the links. So click here to watch. And there's a lot of good stuff on these lists. So there's a lot of old movies here. Human Condition, for example, one of my favorite trilogies of all time. What you may find with these lists is they can be a bit hit or miss, so your mileage may vary. Some videos will not work, some may have poor picture quality or lack subtitles, so you kind of need to search at your own pace. Here we have the Internet Archive list, and this is updated quite often, and you can click here and it takes you to archive.org and you can see a list of films. You just click the button to play them. Once again, there's quite a few good films on this list. You can see I've watched a couple of them. So I watched a few of the archive.org ones on my phone on Chrome, and I could Chromecast it to my TV no problem. Subs worked, picture was fine. Both lists have some really fantastic films. They're full of rare titles and obscure titles that otherwise are really difficult to find, especially me living in the UK. I will post links to both of these lists down below so you can check them out yourself. Thanks for watching. I hope this was informative in some way. I didn't ramble on too much and it made sense. I've never really made a video like this before, so please be kind to me. But yeah, if you have any more tips, please let me know down below. Take care and see you later.